Expression in a horse is closely related to lightness and of course also to elegance, suppleness and throughness. When a horse is truly working through his entire body and is smooth and fluid, it feels very light to the rider and it looks impressive to a spectator.
True expression for us is born out of ease, not held together, pressured, but from a relaxed horse that is honestly swinging over the back and has learned to be in self-carriage. That means that a relatively high level of training or playfully accompanying it, as there are some horses who are naturally very expressive and that becomes part of the training from the beginning. But there are also horses who develop more and more expression because of the strength they gain by becoming more rhythmic and balanced through the training. So, what is lightness? We can define that. And it does not mean that I have nothing in my hands. On the contrary, I want a connection. I want to connect the hind leg over the top line to the hand. But ultimately, those are two strands of yarn in my hand that are not supposed to tear. That's how light the connection is. The lightness we are talking about travels through the entire body. If my horse is truly moving through his entire body, and most of all is using his back, swinging over his back, the horse will enjoy moving more, and you develop his desire to go. That's what develops the lightness which creates expression. In a way, lightness is also a way of life for me. I want to train the horses with playful lightness and consistency. Lightness means the horses should have fun and it should be easy for them to understand us. This lightness combined with playfulness really does make it look easy in the end. That doesn't mean that the training is easy all the time, but I can't ask for this lightness at the show if I don't also live it at home. That's why I like to say that training our horses with lightness is a certain attitude towards life for us riders.
Eine gewisse Lebens- oder Grundeinstellung von uns Reitern ist, wenn wir Pferde mit Leichtigkeit ausbilden.
When we apply the concept of lightness to the aids, I like to remind myself that a horse can feel a fly sitting on his back and respond. And as riders, we sometimes inadvertently give too much of an aid because we want to help the horse, but it's more likely to unbalance us. And it is my experience that horses really adjust to very light aids over time. If I want it to look light and easy in the end, it is important to train with light aids. I'd rather have my horse miss an aid and I try again the next time with light aids anyway, so that he will eventually respond to these whispering aids. Trying to pressure a horse into something that is supposed to look light in the end is an absolute contradiction to me. That's why it is so important to me to school my horses with light aids so that they are listening to me. Mentally, the subject of lightness is not only relevant to me as a rider, but also to the horse. Because the horse will sense whether I'm climbing in the saddle with an inner attitude of lightness, or whether I'm going to try to push and pressure my horse. That, of course, influences my horse's mental state, and that's why I believe that it is absolutely essential to dial ourselves back during training, and to remind ourselves that we can't fake this. It comes from the inside and it comes from an inner strength, and that is transmitted automatically to the horses.
Und das überträgt sich automatisch auch auf die Pferde.